Hello everyone, and welcome to a rare stream on Twitch. Spellforce Conquest of EO, Episode 1, probably. I don't know if I'm going to make this a full series on the channel or not, but I figured that would be a good day to get it on here. I have a rare week when I have a couple of nights this week and I can actually stream. This is something I wish would happen on the regular, but it's not, so there we go. So, we're going to keep an eye on things here. I'm checking to make sure that the stream is actually showing up. It is. Alright. I'm going to start a new campaign. I've played very, very little of this game. Just enough to start to get a feel for it and to say that it is probably very, very much what I was hoping it would be when Master Magic came out earlier this year. I'm going to make a custom mage because I like to do that kind of stuff. This is neat. I like it how it's not too complicated. This is pretty cool. Choose your crafting. Alchemy, master of bottled elements, brew potions and concoctions to support your troops in combat. You will need large quantities of ingredients to keep your cauldron bubbling. You're able to deal with every situation having the right potion at hand. Necromancy is cool. I'm definitely going to play as a necromancer sometime. You'll have bigger armies than anybody else, but rotten flesh does not heal easily. And artificing, be an artificer, creator of magical items. I like this. I want to start with this. So I could see creating all kinds of scenarios and playing all kinds of this different stuff. I like this. There's you get two schools of magic, so that's really cool. It's different than Master of Magic, where you can either load up on one or combine different ones. I like this. There's a primary and a secondary. Guardian is I'm attracted to Guardian and Earthmaster for this particular playthrough. The lives of your followers are your first priority, and you will do everything in your power to keep them alive and healthy. Protect and strengthen your troops, bring light to the world, and defend against the dark arts. I like that. We're going to start that as our primary. And then Earthmaster, I think, for the second one. Under your skillful hand, the earth reveals its innermost secrets. Strengthen your troops and exploit the riches of EO. Improve your crafting and shape the earth to enhance your troops or share more of the resources with you. That seems like it'd go hand in hand with artificing, so I like that a lot. So Earthmaster. Let's do it. And then I like how they do this. Choose your starting location, which basically determines how difficult the game is going to be. I'm going to choose Alluvian. It's a medium challenge. Religious fanatics and beasts. Diverse flora, essential. It's just so cool. So we're just going to let all the enemies be random. Choose your difficulty. I'm going to go for balanced. Start with that and see how it works. Try that out. See how it rolls. See how it works. Oops, I don't want to spill my drink here. As the game gets ready to roll, need to send out a tweet. So this will be fun. A good time will have been had by all. Playing this thing in 4K, so we're gonna get to see what this is like. Takes a little bit to load the map, but I've been looking for a game like this for just a really long time. Ever since I played the original Master of Magic, really, I've been looking for something, and there have been several. I have several of them in my Steam library, and I've kind of poked around with them, and none of them have really caught my eye and said, oh, you should play this. This is the one you need to be playing. To be fair, you know, there's only like a bazillion games to play right now, so. Press any key to continue. We are loaded. When a message from your master told you he had discovered a way to channel the Allfire and urged you to come to his tower, you quickly gathered your entourage and set out. The letter contained little more than his note and a small flute, exquisitely carved and bearing your master's sigil. He seemed to fear running afoul of the Circle of Mages, the most powerful covenant of magic users on Eel. His tower, now before you, bears signs of a terrible battle having raged there. So here's your master's tower. Here's your unit. The corpses and debris marking the fight inside the great hall of your master's tower fill you with grief for him. Instinctively, her hands go to the flute he sent you with his letter. You trace the fine carvings with your fingers, and memories of your time here flood your mind. Suddenly, the flute seems to hum and vibrate, and a small sound emanates. I'm just sitting here drinking on a Tuesday night. The sound morphs into a flute melody, and with it, the shadowy images slowly begin to appear across the hall. Figures take form, becoming more solid and taking the shape of two groups facing each other, weapons drawn. You see your old master leading one of the groups. This must be the Battle of the Tower. I love it. This is cool. This is cool combat too. But look at this artwork. This is really cool. So, this was one of my gripes when Master Magic came out a couple months ago, is that it just didn't look like fantasy to me, which is what it is. But right away, the artwork for Spellforce Conquest of EO is quite good. And this is cool. This is a cool little tutorial to teach you the battle. I played this yesterday when I was kind of getting my feet wet with the game. I like some of the mechanics already. It's going to take me a long time to learn everything. The tutorial is not... Either the tutorial's not showing because I've already gone through this portion of it, or it's just not on at all. So let's check. Tutorials. Oh, okay. So we went through... Oh, so look, this marking, it's marking how much you've been through. Oh. Okay. Alright. Back to the game. God, I love how clean the user interface is for this. It's really nice. Alright, so the golem here, he can go up here, and then he can defend. So he can sort of block the stairs off here. So he'll block incoming attacks, but then what they did to balance it is each time he blocks, it takes one of his actions from the next turn, one of his 3 actions. So I like that a whole lot. These guys are going to come over here. And these guys are going to come over here. Alright, and they're going to defend. He's going to attack 3 times somebody. These guys are going to defend. So somebody's going to still get a counterattack, and then these guys are going to come over here. They've got 5. A range of 5, which isn't that far. Resistant versus damage. Range penalty minus 15. So, yeah, so it didn't do anything. You have to weaken them first. Durr. Okay. End my turn. So he gets to retaliate, but of course it costs him an action for doing that. And he put frostbite on the enemy, and then they're gonna get a go just attack, but he blocks them, which is really cool. These guys resisted that attack, but I can't afford to let these guys get noodled like this. Alright, so these guys have this attack, and because of the type of elemental attack it is, they're supposed to be pretty potent against this guy. But he's also doing a pretty good chunk of damage there. So, shows you what kind of damage they're going to do. Alright, these guys need to move. What's it take to do? That's not the fireball. Grant flame armor. Elemental weakness is 1 action. So this is a move for an action. Then we're going to do elemental weakness there. Well, we're going to try. Can I do it here? There we go. Now what I don't understand is Elemental weakness was 1 action, and it took me 1 action to move. I would think that I would get a third action out of that. It can be used up to 2 times per turn. But it didn't because it's done, so not entirely sure what that's all about. Trying to figure out the game. This isn't going how my first battle did. Which is a shame. Those guys are gonna die. Okay, well. Yeah, so attack. The retaliation mechanic is pretty interesting. Those guys are there. So if you sneak attack them, then it looks like they didn't get a retaliation, at least because they died. That's what these yellow symbols are, is for where they're not getting flanked. It's going to take a little bit to learn the system because it's just so new. It's so different. But it looks great. I mean, gosh. It's like a pretty detailed area just to have a turn-based attack on. This is pretty cool. Yeah, see, so that first one they didn't get the retaliation on because it was a flanking maneuver. That's awesome. Victory. Cool. So, that's about as far into the game as I got. I played the tutorial yesterday and was like, I really like the way this game looks. I like how clean the user interface is. Yeah, let's go for this. You are filled with hope and a touch of confusion as your master's forces dispatch the intruders. Then, another robed figure enters the picture. With a leisurely wave of their hand, your master's remaining forces helplessly dissolve into ash. Silent cries of agony etched into their faces. The ash is scattered to the wind, and the robed figure walks toward the stairs, as if nothing happened. All of a sudden, the figure turns to you, raises their hand, and the flute's illusionary image vanishes abruptly. Did the magic end? Or did the robed figure cast some kind of abjuration to prevent being spied upon? You find yourself nervously looking around for any sign that the robed figure is still there, but the tower lies empty now. So you enter the tower, and impressions of the fighting still play on your mind as you slowly walk up the dented stairway. The tower, damaged and deserted, still retains your master's presence somehow, willing you onward. Whatever happened here will not be forgotten. You are sure there is more to discover. Your master was always adept at hiding his secrets, but you are determined to uncover them. Step up in the tower. Oh, set up in the tower, not step up. You take stock. The entry hall's golden chandelier has been stolen, and its soft carpets are gone. Your master's tower was not just attacked, but also robbed, it appears. On closer inspection, there are several tracks out of the tower. Traces of torn fabrics and dropped cutlery lead to a goblin camp not far from here. Go to the goblin camp and find the thieves. I like that plan. Oh, and here they are. It's the goblin camp. Well. Yay! Okay. So, there's a... Curious about this. Well, let's go over here. Goblin camp. As you approach the camp, you find a few goblins in a desperate struggle against a group of humans. By the time you arrive, many of the goblins have already been struck down, and the humans have started looting the makeshift resting place. Attack the looters or hail them. Attack the looters leads to combat. What's the 121 mean? Obviously that's strength, that's why it's making a fist. But, and we're 164. Oh. Well, let's hail them and find out what happens. The looters stop what they are doing when they see you and draw their weapons suspiciously. Slag off, wizardling. Oh, I love it. One of them shouts. We were sent by the militia to stop their looting. Don't interfere, or you'll suffer the same fate as these wretched creatures. Perhaps we can trade? The men look at you greedily. What can you pay us? Wizard stuff don't come cheap, you know. Alright, so I have what, 40 gold? I can offer good coin. I will allow you to leave alive. How about that? That won't get you anywhere. The man laughs mockingly. He raises his sword at you. Pay or walk away. Then you leave us no choice. Attack! This combat preview is shown prior to the fight. You can see the enemy's stack strength compared to your own and the predicted outcome of using auto-resolve. At the bottom of the screen, you can choose fight, auto-resolve, or abort. When being attacked, you can also choose to retreat, which will cause your unit some damage before running away. The enemies may still come after them to attack again. Standard Master of Magic 4X kind of mechanics. Domain combat. This battle takes place in the Mage's Domain. Domains affect battles or battling units in various ways. Hover over the icon to see the details of the effects. You. Okay. Oh, so what's it? Domain of You. I like that. Domain of You affects you +1 willpower, +1 armor, and +2 damage against these two punks, who will be able to flank. Auto-resolve, what's that say? So what does it say for you might lose some units. Decisive victory. Oh, so that's what's telling you what it would be. Well, I need to learn how to do this, so. Look at this though. Oh my gosh. Graph is great. I think this is gonna be the question is how quickly it can get into battles, and if it gets into battles quickly like that, we'll be fine.
We going?
We going? Okay, so what do you have? They got melee attack.
We going?
Melee attack. Oh, and they have fireball. Ooh. Okay. How far can they shoot that fireball? That far. Okay.
We going?
Yeah, you're going. Right there. These guys are gonna have to come here. We're gonna go defense. Oh, I like this. I like that there's a confirmation right here. There's nothing for like, yeah, there's, what is this? Use item. Okay. Defense. Execute. Defense. Execute. And turn.
We going?
Oh, those guys are guarding? Okay. Well then, we'll play at that game. The computer's like, I'm no dummy. Okay.
We going?
Well, what we're gonna do is set up shop right here.
We going?
We are going, boys. We're going right there. And then we're going right there. Drop it on them. Range penalty. Oh yeah, how you like me now? Defend.
We going?
I may have hurt myself here by not going around and flanking. Now they're gonna come. Oh, but you guys, you gotta go all the way around. Bleeding? Ooh. Oh, and they have the ability to throw weapons. Okay. Well then.
We going?
They don't have a yellow mark over here though, so we can flank them. Oh, they'll get an attack of opportunity
We
though.
going?
So what happens if we just attack with these guys? This unit is... Oh, we died. Oh my goodness, I got absolutely rocked. I should have done that first. Oh wow, I should have done that first, I guess. That's what I was trying to get to by waiting for those guys to show up. So, oh my gosh, okay. Now these guys are gonna run in here. Burning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think auto resolve would have done a better job than me, but okay. The punks are dead. Well, that could have gone smoother, but I kind of learned a lesson there. Really want to make use of those fireball guys. After a battle, your surviving units gain loot and experience based on the enemies they have defeated. I'm sad that I lost those guys, though. I lost Thief's Token, quest item. Ooh. The now quiet camp is littered with goblin corpses. They were carrying and using some of your master's tools, as well as a small amount of coin. Where are the rest of his possessions? Lesser Glyph, Cutthroat. Oh, wow. There's a lot to learn here, isn't there? This is going to be fun. As you turn to leave, a few goblins emerge from hiding behind one of the dirty tents. One of them, wearing a hood made of torn silken cloth, waves excitedly at you.
Oh, I remember you. One of the master's pupils, yes, yes. We serves, master. Not like these Chagrak here.
He spits at the dead goblins emphatically. Bowing, he adds,
We serves you now, yes, yes. You give us shiny. We fights for you. Shows you where more master things is.
Then show me, punks. The goblins point on 2 stacks of chests and sacks not far from where you stand. Let's collect those. Alright, so. Hiring from domain. Liberating certain locations within your domain allows you to hire specific units from your tower. This goblin den enables you to hire goblin brawlers, goblin archers, and goblin shamans now. Access your hiring screen from the tab at the top left of your screen to hire new agents. Yay, so there's hiring, unit hiring. Hire units from this screen. Hire a unit's tier, the stronger that unit is, but the longer the process will take, and the higher the upkeep costs with it. Yeah, it's always that upkeep cost, isn't it? Expand the list of available units by capturing locations on the strategic map or building tower rooms. Okay, so we have Goblin Shaman, Goblin Brawls. Oh, I see. So, your monthly reserve plus 0. I probably shouldn't be hiring anybody because the amount of gold that must be paid is, I'm not making any money yet, so let's not hire anybody. Okay, so what is this? This is... Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to... Ending your turn. Once you've completed all your actions, press the end turn. Level up available. Who's got a level up? Is it this one? Select to split this unit from the stack. Oh, I don't want to do that. Sleep. Wait. Level up available. So, who's leveled up? Oh, these guys did. There's a button right there. How convenient. Okay. So they have the melee attack skill and they have the skill move. Look at these cute little guys. Skill guard. Expendable. This unit's death does not negatively affect any willpower. That's nice. Feral. Plus 6 damage against units with shielded. Oh, I love this kind of stuff. This unit is devout follower and requires no upkeep costs. Oh, they're devout followers. Goblin, minus 5 health and minus 3 willpower. Mortal, yeah, within your domain. I love it. Oh my gosh. So you get to choose one of these things. Piercing attacks, plus 6 damage against units with armored, or plus 5 health. Oh wow. Well, they're expendable. Let's make them attack really well. And then there's another level up. And I can choose melee damage plus 1 or health plus 5. We're going to make them attack. Oh, that's awesome. So what does it say? They're just tier 1. But now it says armor, willpower, speed, unit power. And it says piercing attacks and melee damage. I like this. This user interface is so slick. It's just very sleek, nice, clean, bright colors. The depth of field in the background. Very intuitive, which a lot of times these games aren't. Oh, that's awesome. God, and look at this landscape. Look at this. I mean, yeah, all these games use the same hex tile stuff and the same civilization dot system for moving and everything, but it's the individual tiles that make it look a certain way. And this looks already way more fantasy than Master of Magic did. I love it. And plus the units. I mean, this is great. Oh, okay. So that's awesome. That's a neat animation. The books flying around, that like reminds me of a Elden Ring there. Renala. What are you doing, cat? The cat has made a presence known. You wander the old familiar rooms of the tower, lost in memories of your time here as an apprentice. The place was clearly searched through before the goblins ransacked it. Your master's crafting room has been depleted. Most of the other chambers ravaged. Whoever did this left no stone unturned. Go to the library. Buried beneath the toppled bookcase in your master's gutted library, you find his old grimoire. Reverently, you open the heavy tome. Many of its beautifully illustrated pages have been torn out, but you still see bits and pieces of your master's illegible script. It's so illegible I can't pronounce it. He was always secretive about his arcane research, often writing in code. Try to decipher the grimoire. You look for the first spells he taught you, carefully flipping the large pages to one of the bookmarks attached to the spine. You can indeed make out some of the basics. Others you can almost decipher. This needs further study, and hence we have research. You gaze around the room, imagining a treasure trove of arcane knowledge hidden among the scattered scrolls and torn books. A lifetime of magical study at your disposal. I will not leave until I have recovered my master's knowledge. So that's your research. Plus 10 in storage and plus 5 from the Allfire distribution. And what is this? This is Allfire. The influx of Allfire you receive each turn and convert into other resources. And this is Mastery. Limits the mana you can spend each turn on spells. That's your mana reserve and your cash flow. The Grimoire. Your master's grimoire is a source of constant discovery and mystical knowledge. There are many pages in it, each belonging to a certain school of magic. You can select unknown spells or secrets to research and cast spells directly from its pages once you have mastered them. Explore the world and grow your knowledge to uncover new pages. Grimoire navigation. Use the bookmarks at the bottom of the page to navigate. To further my studies, experimentation will be required. That's how Peter Parker came to be. The practical application of my theories will certainly reveal new knowledge. Build the glyph smithy room in your tower. Summon an enchanted wisp. Summoning. Wisps are ethereal creatures of pure magic that can meld into an Allfire source. Invest 16 research points. Corrode. Instant. Turn metal brittle and rusty, weakening its structure. Corrode the armor of all units in target stack, lowering their physical defense. Aid. Battle-worn troops feel a warm embrace as their master focuses restorative power. That's awesome, yeah. Allfire source. Hell yeah. Okay, let's start there. To research a spell or secret from your grimoire, simply select the research button below it. Entire entry. The process will take time based on your research and may require you to accomplish certain actions to spend ingredients to support your study. Don't go robbing Professor Snape's alchemy closet. Okay, so and then it shows you the progress. God, I love this game. Look at this. It's some people are going to say there's no difference. They're going to be like, there's no difference between this and Master of Magic and all these other games that are the same. But this is how much art and art design and UI design means to me. It's huge, and this looks fantastic. Okay, close. So it said build. Your home and steady emit your domain units here regenerate daily. A bunch of health. I want you to regenerate them. And then, what is this? Tower. Tower rooms. This is an overview of your tower's floors and rooms. You can invest resources to build a variety of rooms in empty spaces or demolish existing rooms. I'm just sitting over here in awe, but also drinking, so. My channel is still not sponsored by any whiskey corporation. I'm telling you, folks, this is your chance, man. Brilliant. Okay. This is great. This reminds me a little bit of XCOM. As you progress, new room blueprints and floors will become available. Click to build a room. Okay. And it wanted me to build. This is the list of room blueprints that you can currently build in your tower. Rooms require several turns to be built and increase the building cost for each subsequent room of the same type. Oh, so you can build more than one type, but it's going to be more costly. Okay. Certain rooms can only be built once. That makes sense. The glyph smithy build time, 1 turn, can only be built once. Contains all the tools required to imbue rare metals with magical effects. Unlocks artificing. Unlocks 3 artificing ingredient slots, crafting slots. And there's your study. Build time 5 turns, a well-equipped library at the core of any serious research, and a workshop. 5 turns. Tools, devices, and containers to facilitate magical crafting of any kind. God, this is great. Yes, oh my god. The UI is just so simple and easy to understand. They didn't have to make it complicated, did they? And meanwhile, we've got this. This is cool. Oh my gosh. It's not like some boring static page or anything, you know. It's just... Jeez. Alright. I'm going to have to play this game for a few hours, but if it's anything like Wasteland 3 has been, I'm going to play it for 10 hours and declare it a near masterpiece. This is fantastic. Now, can I... Here's my question. Okay. Is there no rotation of the map? That's the only thing that I wanted to know. So here's the map. Okay, that's probably why there is no rotation in the map, because they got... You can pull all the way out to this classic map view. That's awesome. I can't remember what game it was that did that. That somebody made a mod to where you could pull out, and the overhead map was this art drawn style, and it originally wasn't. God, I wish I could remember that now. It was a really cool mod though. People loved it. I have to think about the game again. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? You need to heal. So what I want you to do is set the stack to wait until the next turn. Glyph smithy constructed. Great. No spell selected. Click to open spellbook. I built the glyph smithy. To further my studies, experimentation will be required. Craft 4 glyphs or artifacts. Artificing is the discipline involving the forging of rare metals and creation of magical items. The most basic application involves imbuing specially prepared metals and objects with glyphs that contain magical essences. So we got the research going on and the glyphs going on. Currently researching summon. Okay. So what is this? Inventory, hiring, artificing. Yay! This is your glyph smithy. Here you can forge rare ores and create powerful glyphs and artifacts. Ah, to equip your troops with, yes. Crafting basics. Crafting works by investing in ingredients that contain essences to reach thresholds. The essences are elemental, arcane, life, and death. Threshold is reached when you combine 3, 6, or 9 essences of the same element. Investing items. You can either drag an item onto a slot with the left mouse button or quick slot it by right clicking on the item. Wow, okay. Thresholds, Death, Life, Elemental, Arcane. Oh my gosh. Any ore. First, put 1 ore from your ore inventory. Okay, so what I have? I have a lesser glyph of Cutthroat. I have ashes, beer, a mountain copper, and a thief's token. And then ingredients. So if I put like a mountain copper in there. Okay. Oh, and this lit up. So if I take that off, what happens? Okay, and it got rid of it. Oh, so it did this. So by putting this in here, okay. Or ingredient. Element. Okay. What can I put in an ingredient slot? provides drink, Finian beer skill in battle. Lesser Glyph of Healthy grants the wearer additional health. And this is a Lesser Glyph of Cutthroat. Okay. Ingredients. Oh, so these are ingredients. Glyphs. So what happens if I put the beer in there? You can't put the beer in there. Oh, you can. Oh, wow, really? Apply Finian beer to an allied unit in range. Plus 5 willpower. Oh, I see. Okay. So, and this is what? What's that do? Oh, it gets you to the next threshold. Valid recipes. Once a valid recipe is displayed, confirm the process with the craft button at the bottom of the screen. The duration tells you how many turns it will take to finish it. So this will craft in 2 turns, and it'll make this a lesser glyph of Fire Wielder. Gains a bonus when attacking enemies afflicted by burning, plus 6 damage. So yeah, it's like straight out of Wasteland. If they're already burning, that's that attack. Okay. Ashes. That's awesome. You can only do so much at once. Crafting and hiring slots are limited. They're displayed below your resource bar at the top of the screen and tell you how many turns crafting and hiring will take. You can increase their number by having certain locations within your domain or by adding rooms to your tower. Okay. Click or do the thing on the slot to cancel the crafting or hiring process. Okay. So if you went up here and said, oh, so if I go like this, cancel production. No. Oh, that's nice. That's just so easy. Oh, so there's a hiring slot. Okay. So hiring takes multiple days. So if I went here and I said, I want to hire goblin archers or goblin shaman. Let's see. Oh, because it takes 3 days. Goblin brawlers, goblin archers. Okay. I'm going to hire that unit then. I think the game wants me to do it even though I don't have any close. So then they're up there in their 3 days. All right. Awaiting orders. Wounded units. You have a wounded unit in the stack. Mortal and fantastic units regenerate a small percentage of their health each day, while undead have to find more creative ways. Yes, that sounds like me. Move units into buildings or cast spells to aid with their regeneration. So that's what we did. So we moved them here. And they did regenerate quite a bit. So awaiting orders, and I'm going to say wait and end the turn. Undiscovered. What are your next steps? The destruction of your master's tower must mean he uncovered something of the Allfire's secrets, which the Circle guards fiercely. You can restore the contents of his grimoire, but his tower needs rebuilding too. And if the Circle is behind his disappearance, you must expect them to come for you as well. Maybe they know of your discovery already. What exactly is the Circle? Circle of Mages. Covenant of the most powerful magi on Ao. They supposedly protect all practitioners of magic, furthering knowledge of the mystical arts, but they are also the only living beings to have begun to master the Allfire's might, having recently discovered the key to its might on the faraway continent of Zoo. Now, they bar others from partaking in the Allfire's immense power, claiming it's too dangerous for the uninitiated to handle. I will have to tread carefully. Taking proper stock of your master's laboratory, you find very little more than empty vials and containers that have, like everything else, been searched through. It was certainly not the work of goblins. You can make out tracks of a cart leading to a nearby hamlet you passed on your way here. Did the villagers plunder the tower after it was abandoned too? I suppose I should check with them. Ah, and there is the hamlet. Okay. Select research. Oh, so now we have the enchanted wisp. Well, I want aid. Next. Now, what is this thing here? A loot stash come in various forms and can be collected by moving a unit onto it. Okay. Movement modes. Different units within your stack can have different movement modes, allowing them to travel further or even across otherwise impassable terrain. A stack must contain only units with the same movement mode to profit from this effect. That makes sense. You guys are fully... Okay. So, stack. I want you to come over here and grab this. Exploring the mana stash, you find mana. Excellent. What is this thing over here? A treasure stash, unexplored. Oh. A unit in this stack is able to harvest or mine. Move to a suitable location and use the skill from the stack action bar to initiate yielding ingredients. Harvesting and mining take several turns, and moving the harvesting unit off the location will stop the process. Oh, it takes several turns. Okay. Cool. What about if we have you guys go over here? Oh, you're not going to make it all the way. It drew a line and then the dotted line. That's cool. Gosh. Yeah, just really nice user interface for this game. Really thrilled about this. That is so cool. Oh, that's cool. So you can see it's a line and a line. Oh, that's nice. What is this? What does that symbol mean there? This looks like a treasure symbol. Oh, yeah. Oh, so places you can hire from, because that's what this is. Hire income, I would assume. Maybe we need to go claim that somehow. Let's take a look at this. Exploring the treasure stash, you find cash. Straight cash, homie. Prowling wildlife. Okay. Oh, so who are these guys? Hostile guards. This is an enemy stack. Having taken a location of value, they will guard the surrounding area and fight anyone who dares to come close. Yes, Lancelot. Alright, so can I see? You have selected a tile containing a stack and location. You can toggle between them by selecting the tile again. Oh, yeah, so that's nice. So what is... This is a location that provides resources inside your domain. Or affects a stack when the stack enters its hex. Some locations have boons you can collect that recharge on a weekly basis. Yes. So it's a bridge. Unit here to regenerate daily 50% health. That's nice. And then what's the unit? They're at 80 and 47. And we're... Oh, yeah. We need to wait and hire our guys, don't we? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. We're going to take them later. Because there's this. Alright, intern. Your master's missive spoke of an all-fire source he discovered not far from here, and now that you have established yourself in this tower, it is time to search for it. You eagerly scour his scribblings for any hint to the source's location. It must be close to the tower, or else your master would not have set up his abode here. Eventually, you find the location noted in your master's grimoire. It is not even a day's walk from the tower. But how to access the all-fire? As many have found out, to their detriment, no mortal may touch the all-fire without being consumed. It's like me touching my wife's tush. The Circle only recently discovered how to master its power, and they will not teach their secrets to anyone. But your master once described a theory of his of a magical conduit. By summoning an ethereal creature to meld with the all-fire source, and retaining the connection to it after it has been consumed, you may be able to channel some of the all-fire's power into yourself. A wisp may do the trick, an ethereal being often used by mages and scouts or messengers. Let's summon a wisp, which would be great. So that's the all-fire source. Okay, it's over here, and what is this thing? Oh, it's a bunch of bees, and they're 40 apiece. So they're angry bees. Okay, but we can summon a wisp, but that's cool. Alright. Waiting orders. Gosh. I'm just digging the crap out of this user interface. It's so cool. Exploring the treasure stash, you find... Okay. What is this? Harvestable location. This is a harvestable plant or ore. Move a unit that is able to harvest or mine, for example, workers, onto it and extract valuable resources. Harvesting takes several turns. So we were told that we had a unit here that could harvest. What do we have? We have Goblin Brawlers, Expendable, Feral, and these guys. Move, guard, mine ore. They can mine ore, so they can't harvest, but they can mine. So I assume that's the case. Is that they can't harvest that. I would assume it's two different things. There's this hamlet over here. There is a main adventure here. You will have to resolve it to proceed with the main story and ultimately win the game. You should always prioritize attempting these adventures to further your progress. Okay. Then I will, but... Oh, wait a minute. So hold on. Yeah, we hired you guys. Excellent. Okay. I want you to go out here. You're gonna meet these guys. Let's see about this. Let's merge armies. Now we have the three of you. Great! And we're losing 1 day, so... Because of maintenance costs. Alright, well let's go here then. End turn. The hamlet. The village is inhabited. God, they even used a really nice clean font. Oh my gosh, I'm just killing myself over this. This is so good. The village's inhabitants eye you with an air of hostility when you arrive. Children are called inside. Some of the villagers arm themselves with tools and sticks. Your band regards them cautiously in return. A burly black-haired man brandishing a cudgel steps forward and says, "There is nothing for you here." Show them you mean no harm. The villagers barely budge, but after a moment, one of the elders steps forward hesitantly. "We were afraid you would bewitch us. The old wizard's apprentice thought they would come after him and take back the items he gave us. We wanted to trade them in the city to buy clothes for our children." I have no intention of harming you. Let's trade. Trade? But we trade. The elder stares at you, slow to collect himself and call out to his people. "The mage's troops are here to trade." As those around him begin to relax, he leans in to squint at you. "You are not playing a cruel trick on us. You really wish to trade for our goods?" "Yes, trade. Is that so hard to fathom?" "It's just... We humbly apologize for our behavior. Now, what would you wish to trade for the goods?" Well, what do I have? I have 45 mana and 50 gold, but I'm losing gold and I have mana. I can perform some cantrips for a few ingredients. The villagers agree to trade you some of their harvest for a few mending spells, though they seem uncertain about the results. Pleasure doing business. As you leave, you think about the apprentice the villagers kept speaking of. Perhaps you can find them. They may be able to shed some light on your master's fate. Yeah, I'm sold. 45 minutes in this game and it's just like, it's gorgeous. The user interface is really clean. The storytelling is really nice. The font is readable. The writing is nice and clean. It's not bad. Artificing crafting recipes on the left. You can browse the crafting recipes you have discovered so far. There are many to find, so keep experimenting. I love the idea that I can keep experimenting. I love the idea that that's how I'm going to find things out. This is something that's really, really cool about games like this, or at least it can be really cool depending on how the developers do it. Google has become so ubiquitous with gaming that companies like From Software feel like they can make games like Elden Ring and not explain anything because I know everybody's just going to go to Google anyways. But then there are games like this that are actively saying, just experiment. It's okay. It's cool. So I don't feel any pressure to go out to Google to figure out what these recipes are. It's like, no, let's figure out. We got some ore here. We got mountain copper, sky iron. So what else do we have? I got some lesser glyphs already. I got wheat. What could wheat possibly do? Oh, it works towards death and life. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. And I've got these dice, a heating stone ingredient. So it's an orange and 2 greens. So lesser glyph of healthy grants the wearer additional life. See, that's so cool. What? So the only thing I'm curious about. Oh, I see. So it has. Oh, I got you. So this is a green dot, and remember what it said at the beginning: 3, 6, or 9 pushes you up to the next level. So this has 2 greens, and that has a green, and that pushes you up to the next level. If you had something here that added an orange, which it's not that, so you'd have to use a rune. So if you did that, lesser glyph of the mountain goat, and if you removed that, lesser glyph of the fire wielder. Oh wow. Gains a bonus when attacking enemies. We already know about that, but oh wow, so you could build something pretty elaborate here. This is lesser glyph of the healthy, and this is lesser glyph of the herbalist. Oh my gosh, so how creative could you get here? What if we, oh, so we added that, so we can't anymore. We only have the 1. Oh, that's interesting. That is, and these are the lucky dice. Oh my gosh, this is really cool. You're going to want to sit here and figure this out, aren't you? Thief's token. What's that add to? What's the purple mean? It's a quest item removed from slot. If it's a quest item, I don't really want to use it. It's a purple item. Does that, what is it? Let's see. There's 2 oranges and 2 greens here. It removed a green. Oh, wow. Really cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to craft anything right now. I want to grab more stuff. I'm pretty excited about that, though. Wow. Cool. Okay. So, let's see. The grimoire. Having a nose for precious metals has always been a sought-after blessing. This grants you that rare sense temporarily, revealing an untapped gold nearby. Invest research points. So, oh, this is under the Earthmaster thing. And this is under Guardian. Okay. Well. And are we not researching anything right now? What is this? Oh, these are our guys. Oh, wait a minute. So, we have 2 hiring slots that we could do. We need some money to do that, I think. We have 1 artificing slot. No spell selected. Oh, so now we get to research something. Okay. So we can research Sniff's Gold for 40 points, or by calling on Tiara's Light. That's really interesting. It's very close to my wife's name. The blessed weapons will cause great pain to the wicked. Holy weapons. Oh. Let's start researching that, because if we run into the undead, I'm a little bit concerned. Oh, no. I was researching aid. Okay, I see. So what is this? Click to open the spell book. But what does this do? This is for researching, and what is this for? I'm not sure what that's for. Okay. And this is straight cash, homie. What is this? Owned by Independent. What? So they have 75, and they're very strong. They're as strong as these guys. And then they have what looks like a wisp. You might lose some units. So do I want to get some more units from somewhere? Maybe. Goblin archers. They'll cost me 1 and cost 2 days. So if I hire them... Okay. I can hire them, and then... I mean, I would expect to lose some guys, but then we could for sure take that city, so that'd be kind of cool. So do this. Yeah, I'm going to hire 2 groups, because I can hire 2 groups now. So 2 days I can do that. You guys are just going to come back here or explore. What else is down here? There's a prowling wildlife. What's going on with that? Let's find out. Hey, Violet Mr. Massyrian says, been a fan of your Stellaris. Thank you, my friend. It's nice I know it's kind of an impromptu chat tonight. Impromptu Twitch, but it's very nice to see people showing up. Thank you so much. That is wonderful. I've been looking for a 4X fantasy game ever since master of magic in 1993. And I've never really found anything that has grabbed my attention, but this game is doing it. It is so good looking, and the user interface is so clean, and I'm really enjoying the way it's put together. It is very much in the same vein as all those other games, but it seems like it's doing everything just a little bit better, which is really nice. Week of the Guardians. Traveling is blessed by the Guardians, as many seek to visit nearby temples. Faction promotions. All your units have +1 world map movement. Yay! Cities and shops have new inventory. Cool. Okay. Well, and I love it when my tower does that. Not far from your tower, you spot a hooded figure watching you from a crop of trees. Is the circle already aware of your presence here? Danger may be closer than you expected. Love your STF guides as well. I'm so happy you featured on your channel. Star Traders Frontiers is just a fantastic game, and I was so surprised to find that it existed. The Treese brothers are part of what make it awesome. They're very cool developers, very engaged with their community and their games. I'm also really looking forward to the next game that they're bringing out. It's a cyberpunk heist XCOM style game, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it. Star Traders Frontiers, I'll be honest, I'm a graphics snob, and I tell that to everybody, and I say that on Twitter a lot, and people scoff at that and say, no, you're not. And it's like, no, I am. I'm a graphics snob, and I really like fully 3D rendered worlds like Elden Ring and stuff. I like things that look beautiful, and I'm always modding things like Skyrim and Fallout 4 to look fantastic, and I did not think the simple 2D graphics of Star Traders Frontiers and the card game and all that stuff would grab my attention, but they made a perfect blend of game there. It was so much fun. So what is this? This is a militia outpost owned by an independent, and the domain is owned by me. So now that it's in my domain, because my domain is spreading, I'm going to get my domain bonuses when I attack these bozos. I'm liking that. Let's see if we can do that. Where are my guys? Right there. Okay. Select research. Let's do that. So we got the Summon Wisp. We got Aid. Corrode. We finished Aid, right? Casting. Oh, to cast a spell, you must select it from your grimoire and amass the required mana to cast it. Cool. Which might take several turns. Each day, you automatically invest mana towards completing the spell. This investment is limited by your mastery, which limits how much mana you can spend on the spell casting each day, which is straight out of Masters of Magic. Once it is ready, the indicator on the left of your screen will flash, and you will be able to cast the spell. So it says it's going to take like 1 day, I think, for that one. That's cool. So there's no research. So Corrode would be an option, or Sniff Gold, or Holy Weapons. Let's go get Corrode then. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, so did Corrode get automatically finished? So here's what I want to do is research. Room blueprints. There are many crafts to be learned. Violet Mistum says, if it's any consolation, the crew combat in Star Traders Frontier is somewhat similar to Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, and for a long time I looked at playing Darkest Dungeon because it got some really rave reviews, but then I also heard it was super difficult, and at the times I hadn't even played one Dark Souls game yet. So Elden Ring has changed my mind about game difficulty. It's been a fun process going through Elden Ring multiple times and getting better and better and better, to the point where I'm on a playthrough right now where all I'm using is a giant greatsword, a giant colossal sword, and no magic and no spellcasting of any kind. I'm just doing it the old school, the old school way that Fighting Cowboy did his Dark Souls 3 walkthrough on, with the Foom's Ultra Greatsword. I was like, I watched his whole walkthrough that he had on YouTube, got me through Dark Souls 3, which I started playing after I started Elden Ring. After I beat Elden Ring, in fact. I gotta figure this out. So this is no research selected. Room blueprints. But this is to start research. Okay, it doesn't have the start research above it, so I gotta do Sniff's Gold or this. So let's do this. So that starts the research. Okay. And then here, we're casting a... Yeah, so Darkest Dungeon... Hey, you've played Darkest Dungeon, I assume, Violet. Is it... Have you had a lot of fun with it? Is it a really cool game? I'd like to hear from people who've actually played it. Okay, let's go find out how difficult this is. The militia outpost. Some soldiers loiter in front of the watchtower, but there isn't even a proper guard posted. At the sight of your approach, a few of them get up, unsure on their feet, and obviously more than just a little drunk. Offer them gold to join your ranks. Impress them with magic. The guards clap and laugh at your magical displays, watching in wonder as your cantrips fill the air with all manner of conjurations. You promise them a full belly and good ale, and they happily join you. Simple minds, so easy to impress. You know you should be careful. The logos probably won't look kindly on you using magic to lure away their protection. For now, though, you're glad for the additional soldiers. And look at this artwork. I mean, this is... So, Violet says, sadly, no, they haven't played Darkest Dungeon. I don't have the PC for the longest time, so I just binge watch channels like yours on YouTube. Yeah, so you know from binge watching me playing Stellaris that one of my gripes about Stellaris is that they have some really fantastic artwork, and they limit it to a really tiny window in the center of the game, and you can barely see it. And I've been pleading with them for the longest time, because I know most of that art is in 1080p, to make it bigger. And so what do these guys do here with Spellforce Conquest of Io? Look how big this dialogue is, and look at, so you can see all this art. This is fantastic. Paradox, this is how you do it. It's so simple. Just make it big so we can see it and appreciate it. This game is gorgeous. I mean, oh my god. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, so if you rewatch it on YouTube or anything, that I was just so disappointed when the remake to Master Magic came out earlier this year, like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whenever it was, because it didn't look fantasy to me. It looked like Civilization. This game looks like fantasy, which is how I expected a game like this to look. So I'm just so excited about this. The more I play this, the more excited to get. Anybody who's going to watch this video is going to be like, oh yeah. It just gets more and more excited as it goes along. Founded by both humans and elves, Alluvion is renowned for its elegant Elvis architecture and lush gardens. The city's gatherers roam the countryside looking for medicinal and magical ingredients. And traveling elves often stay here and bring rare plants from Finnanmere. Oh, that's such a great Lord of the Rings sounding name, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I might want to go for a visit. Oh, water under the bridge. This is killing me. Of sheep and wolves. Oh my gosh, look at this. So they've got these nice clear icons so you can see cash, Hamlet Urban. There's potential money there. You can see these villages. The map looks great. Oh my gosh. I'm thrilled. This is so much more than I thought it was. I just thought, oh sure, it's another attempt to try to be a Master Magic clone, but no. This is doing exactly what I hoped a game like this would finally come along and do. It's taking all of that, all the ingredients, and elevating it. Ah, this is fantastic. I'm going to put a lot of hours into this game. It's going to have to end up on the channel. Look at this. We've got the fish jumping over this. That's hilarious. Oh, it's just a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game, but it's got enough different colors and things going on that right away, as soon as you look at it, you wouldn't think this is Civilization. You would think this was Masters of Magic or, you know, any of those other games like that. Like, what's the most famous one? Heroes of Might and Magic. You know, you think it's something like that. Heroes of Might and Magic is different than this. Masters of Magic is like an offshoot of that. But, yeah, this is great. This is great. Well, it's been an hour, and it's late at night, and I'm at least happy that I finally got a stream. I'll be back tomorrow night streaming this, and probably Friday night too, and that'll be the only 3 nights that I'll get a stream for a while. I gotta find a way to get more streams into my life. It's so much fun. But Violet, thanks for being here. I'm excited. So everybody, and for the rest of you who are going to see this on YouTube later, because I have been recording the whole time. Violet Mistim says, good evening and more power. Yeah. For everybody else who's going to be watching this on YouTube later when I post it, as always, you know the drill. Thanks for watching. If you like it, give it a like, give it a sub, subscribe to the channel, leave your questions and comments down below. And as always, consider supporting my Patreon. It will be in the description below. I will see you all next time. And until then, happy gaming, everybody.